do one more. And let's try it again. Again, it's not about winning. It's not about losing. It's about learning right now. It's about getting warmed up. We got super lucky to get black 3 times in a row as well. And hey, you know what the interesting thing is? We haven't lost a game in the opening yet, which is kind of what we designed for, or what we were planning for. Right, okay. And again, we don't mind the D5 push, because then we knock your king out of position early. We still don't mind it, I think. We'll get ready for the Fianchetto. Are you playing Gotham for his series? We played Elo Hell, or not Elo Hell. Now they can do the push if they wanted to, I suppose. We played Elo Swap with Gotham last Friday, and it went up on his channel yesterday, I think. So if you're interested in seeing that, I would encourage you to do so. Honestly, I think I played better in Elo Swap than I played. I mean, it was increment, so I had a little bit more time to play with because I could leave Levy really any situation and have some confidence he would get out of it. He did hate the Night Fianchetto. I haven't seen the Elo Swap video yet, though. I've literally, like, as soon as the streams have been over lately, I've been, like, incredibly strapped for time. It's we're in, like, Pinch City right now. I'm wondering if I could trick you into playing this, which I think would be fantastic for me, but we'll see. For what purpose? Great question. I think this makes this square that much juicier for me and leaves a beautiful diagonal going to your king. Like, I would not feel comfortable playing this. I would feel but he did. And then we just fall back. I guess he has a lot of center control here. And this knight is, like, less than useless. If they play, like, bishop here, we got to find... Well, no, you know what? We just play e5 instead of letting them play e5. And they're going to try to plunk that knight down right there. This comes next. So, honestly, I'm looking at this run as if it's like a queenside castle in our future. Now, I'm looking at this. Do we really get so bogged down? Or do we go aggressive, but aggressive doesn't give us a great answer to this? Or that even. Okay. Honestly, you could laugh at me all you want, okay? Ha 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 ha. I think we want to get the queen out of here. Queens, well, I don't know. Queenside Castle's a little goofy because how are we going to get the queen out of there? This is what I mean, by the way. Every time I talk to Levy, I'm always like, you know, they build like 1300s different these days. I guess this is a 1486, but like back in my day, you were playing someone who's 1400. They knew like one opening and it was just called E4. They're getting ready for something like this. Let's just counter. Nowadays, like every 1400 is like, well, if they respond c5 to my e4, then I have a thinly, very rarely used line of the Neisdorf, and it's called the percolation defense. And the way that the percolation goes is I offer them a free pawn, but if they take it 17 moves later, they have no choice but to have their queen pinned to their king, and then you get their queen for free. And you're like, okay. And then you're like, how do you mate with a rook? And they're like, I don't know, it's not possible. I'm not sure. Science has not yet determined that it's even plausible. I wonder what happens if we do this. I wonder. Because you've seen fianchettos before. But have you ever seen The turbo fianchetto? I don't think so. I would reconsider the bathroom break at Rivals. Okay. I don't have control over that. That's entirely up to my kidneys. I'm not afraid. Presumably you go here, which I actually think is pretty good. But it gives me some tempo. We need a response. We're up on time. That's unusual. My bishop fucking sucks, by the way. But I think we do this, and the whole point is that we're going to threaten the knight to here, and if they swap, then so be it. We lock them in, and then we castle queenside and start trying to push them down, I think. I don't feel like we're in too bad of a position here. Why are you looking so swaggy? Oh, thanks for the reminder. This is merch from Ross Boomsocks, noted League of Legends streamer. Arrived in the mail yesterday, looking absolutely dripped out, like Drip Bayless. All of our pieces are on the king side here, which is lovely. It's very hard for there to be like some counterplay here. I like this. Like if I'm just looking at the board, like if I was white, what would I do in this position? It's tough, right? There's like so little play, whereas we have this absolutely amazing square right here. And if they play this, we can get our bishop in behind, which admittedly kind of stinks because then this locks us in there. But, you know, we could theoretically, because our pieces are so activated. I mean, if I'm being straight up with you, like, what do I care about a swap into this? But also, I mean, we have to do something with our knight, right? The question, I guess, is like, how do we want to approach it? If we move this here, it's so hard to get it out of there. It gives up this square, which is actually terrible. Okay, that's bad. This is I know we said don't swap. This is a swappable position. And then if he takes with this, we move the knight back and start to push this pawn. If he takes with the bishop, I don't think we're compelled to make this move right away, or this move right away, but we will make it at our leisure. This is a swap for sure. He does that. I don't really want to give him the swap. His bishop sucks. My bishop owns. Rip bozo. I'm going to get freaking... We're going to get loopy, okay? Here's my line. Queen e7. He does something silly. Queenside castle. He does something silly. Rook f8, and then we start pushing this down and see how it goes. We're back to like losing on time, but I think we start here. It's a multi-stage process. I don't want to do this and then this because then our king is still here. But if we can get our king into a super loopy spot, you're not doing a trade here. So I don't know what this looks. I don't know what this is for. I mean, I don't know if he's maybe trying to bait this. Admittedly, the queenside castle kind of scares me because, like, these pawns are already coming, but... Oh, maybe actually take, and then I'm in, like, mate in one. Okay. He baited my queenside castle. That was a smart move. That's a move where you take an extra second to think it through. We're down a pawn. We couldn't take. Like, take is... It's mate. This literally just mate. Well, I don't know. It's not good. Let's put it that way. Now, I don't really want to trade. Yeah, I need to make you take. So we're going to start here, and this is kind of a shitty trade, but it gives us this sweet diagonal, which I think is well worth it. This bishop has to come out because we're down material now. Just undo. Undo, undo, delete, delete. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, he's making smart moves, quite frankly. And the question is, like, what do we do to this? And the answer is, you just kind of eat shit. Yeah, this position sucks. It's pretty nasty. You really don't want to do, like... It's really bad. I think you can try to... I mean, you got to bust it open. I agree. I'd love to take his bishop. There's just a problem, which is that this open file means we lose the game. Now, last time I thought his move was nothing, and it blew us out of the water. I think he's getting set up to be able to attack this if I do that. Dunk. I mean, there's a dunk, which I don't think is amazing. Or he does something else as well. He just leaves it. We take, he's in a better position probably. I mean, there's this. Oh, that's why he did it. Okay. I do this. I take. He takes. He takes. I take. He takes. I take. Ah, the queen. The queen. Zipplane. I don't know, man. Maybe you want to... Oh, you know what? He's going to go there. That's what's happening next. He's going there. But I still can't do this. You know what we could do? The classic. The en passant gambit, as it's been told. It also gives our king an escape route. It's a long one, but we got to get a little weird with it. He has to do it. He's got to do it. Maybe trade down some material to get out of danger. Is awful for your king? I don't think... I mean, bishop a6 is not as threatening anymore because we have, like, double protection on it compared to what we used to have. And before, like, if we hadn't done something similar, c5 was the top engine move. Let's go! Top engine move, en passant, baby! Yeah, I think it was much better than dying, which, like, if we did nothing and just allowed a6, like, we were in for a very dangerous time. By the way, it still sucks. Like, life is still pain. Don't get that twisted. We got to be really careful about, like, allowing this, which could easily happen, because this is the only thing covering this square. So he's going to do that. And then we have to avoid the mate in one. There is this... I mean, and time is time is of the essence. I hate that we're going to leave this open. That's what frightens me more than anything else. And our bishop now sucks, and his bishop owns. Check this out. That seems bad. But we have a minute and 40 seconds left, so you put me in check, and then I move here. How you gonna... Pretty tough to get my king out of there, wouldn't you suggest? And then the attack begins. Take with the pawn. Check. Bunka. Take with the knight. And all of a sudden, we're running freaking wild on you. Don't even worry about whether or not these moves make sense. You're a son of a gun. You know that? You're a son of a gun. And you're about to go here, probably. And honestly, kind of like piss me off. But you know what? We got no choice in the matter. And I still don't mind this. It's bad, to be clear. But is it so bad that... Yeah, it's pretty not good. What the heck are we going to do with our pieces, you know? I mean, just to begin with, what are we going to do with our pieces? I like where they're at right now. Can I say that? I think I resign. I know I'm taking a lot of time, but I'm like, I mean, I don't know where to, I don't know what to do to generate some play here. This pawn is in a very dangerous spot. Resigning serves no purpose. You must be like, are you like a grandmaster? That's pretty astute. Historically, I would agree. I would say resigning tends to... It has just about like a 100% lose rate. So I could understand your aversion to it. "25 seconds. Okay, we got to go a lot faster. And we need to basically try to end your life. You're going to take my pawn? No, I'd rather you didn't. Watch this, okay? Got it. Quick reflexes in this game. "17 seconds is time to get just like we're going. We're just going. We got to be very cautious about that, but also we have to win the game. Interesting. What does this do? Oh, yeah, that's really bad. This move, that's insanely bad for us. Yeah. It's increasingly looking pretty terrible. Oh, that's just, it's a loss on time or on gameplay. Yeah, that was, I mean, some analysis there I don't think is necessarily the most prudent thing in the world. Because I think we went wrong. If I did, let me try to pinpoint the move. We didn't, I mean, people are like, you know, you got to play with an increment. That was like not an increment problem. Like we got beaten by making a bad move. I think the queenside castle was, oh, I mean, you can see it right there. Prior to this, it was basically like mathematically even. Then we queenside castled, which was idiotic. What we should have done instead is probably knight to f4. They do consider it best. At which point, the position would look like queen to d2 no matter what. For reasons. I don't know what the reason is. I guess probably so you can play knight to e2 later. And then, geez, I hate to say it, but I'm even like, maybe kingside castling was just the play. No, it's an inaccuracy. They're like h5. Maybe this is a no castle game. So this is trying to force the bishop back. Maybe they play the trade, maybe they don't. I guess I wouldn't have done it yet. They probably play knight e2. We play h5, I'm assuming. Or h4. No, knight takes d3. It screws up their pawn structure. I can't deny that. And then g4. Take with the bishop, I assume. No, oh, you take with the rook to create the open file. All right, I mean, and then, okay, I see. You got control of like a beautiful diagonal here. That's actually a much better situation. Okay, fair enough. After that, I mean, like, there's no point in, like, analysis after the queenside castle, which happens right here, because this is where it dies. All right. Well, let's play some shorter time controls just to get used to moving a little faster, and then we'll move on to the second section of the stream today. And we get to play whatever we want. Okay, so I'm happy we got a chance to check out the King's Indian, though. I think I can definitely run that into some interesting positions. It's our first game playing as white as well. You think this is bullet, my friend? It's an interesting start, okay? Now, what would I do here? Get the bishop out. Now I'm like, I want a queenside castle. And start attacking along this file right here. Let's see how you want to approach this. Twitch Rivals is on Thursday. But honestly, like, the thing that's worth noting... I mean, this bishop sucks, honestly. Well, if we're going to castle queenside, this is not the way. So we're gating ourselves into a no castle game right now. Do we like that? Also a no bishop game, for the record. Great place for the night, though. Yeah, it's on Thursday, but what I was going to say is that Hand and Brain is more difficult in some ways, but it's easier in some ways as well. And the way that it's easier is to let me count the ways. We shouldn't have given up this so easily. I guess we'll play that at some point. But we also, it depends whether they do kings. Oh, they're going to do queenside castling. Okay, or no castling, I guess, to be fair. It's easier in a way simply because... yeah. Is your queen is not trapped, but very scared. It's easier in a way because having someone call out the moves for you. This is what we want to avoid. And also giving the knight, like, I guess, an easy avenue in here. What if we just get the knight out of here first? Even putting it here, it takes. Bad. But then we go here. You go here. That doesn't do anything for us. It doesn't do anything for us at all. I still, I'm like, oh no, I misclicked. We can work. We can't work with this. Okay, I resign. Next game. I totally tunnel vision. Didn't even see the queen. All right, play it again. Anyway, you can tell the brain glycogen is at like an all-time low. Hand and brain, a situation like that, you would at least have your your brain would say queen, and then you would be like, all right, and then you would not have that happen. Unless they're just screaming rook over and over. Well, that's, like, I'll just be honest with you. I would prefer if Dan was not my brain partner for the tournament. For leisure, it's always a wonderful time. For the tournament itself, I would be like, I would find it a disadvantage. Not a good move. This bishop is not in a happy place. Did they tell you your partner yet? No, not since the last time I answered that 45 seconds ago. They still is still in the dark. I like that then. You know? You're going to lose that knight. Unless you bring it back here, which I accept. Don't go here. I promise you. It will not end the way you want it to go. Very clever. Then be like, okay, it's totally fine by me. Maybe we can force this. This is worse for me. I shouldn't have done it this way. This gets the queen out there. We don't want a kingside castle. We don't really want to give them this tempo by just allowing that and then being forced to come back. Yeah, we should have left the bishop where it was. Oh, okay, a pre-move. I didn't realize I was playing against the greatest gamer of all time. Let's just I mean, I don't know. It's not that bad. We've got an orphaned D-pawn soon up against an orphaned C-pawn. We don't have a ton of time. That's one thing I will point out. Obviously, I could just take you. But where are you going apart from that? You're going nowhere. Check this out, okay? If you want to swap and make my pawn structure better, by all means. If you don't want to swap, well, then we don't have to talk about that, do we? I feel okay. Like, you could do that. I don't... Honestly, this is... Oh, well, you could take my knight. So just... I'm like, don't let him take your knight. But also, apart from that, I'm like, I'm not sweating this that much. Like, we could fall back, but I really like where my bishop's at. Okay, we swap. We play this. When you go back, which you... I mean, you could go here, I suppose. I wouldn't hate it. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, either way, you do have to be careful about this one because it opens up like a check. But I'm also now like, I just want to put like some super pressure on you. Start here. What is super pressure? I mean, if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you. The important thing is, I mean, the rook's covered by the bishop now that I think about it. That's not so bad. Okay, okay, okay. He's got a plan. And that's something you got to respect. Like Teddy Roosevelt. That's a horrible move. I have lost my knight. And my entire plan was like, then I can move my knight to c6 or c3. Well, this is a rough one. This is captured. Okay, we're down a minute in a 2-minute game. That's pretty bad. It's still pretty bad. Just get some time back. Play with some time controls. He can't move his knight. Because if he moves his knight, he loses the game. So we're going to try to get our king out here. We're both in the position in the game now where we just do nothing. I have to take. Trying not to feed a time advantage. It's the late game bong cloud. Try not to walk. Oh, he's going to try to like maybe do I was going to say try to oh, that's like literally just a fork, so let's not do that. Dude, his knight has been like so sick the whole game. I mean, I hate to get his rook out there, but I'm like, we have to, like, our bishop is trash here, but 30 seconds is mighty tough. Then we go, no, we still can't go there. We got to go here first. We take it, we take it, we take it. If you put me in check, so be it. We say no sweat to that. We fought back a little time advantage, which is nice. Let's try something like this. Whoa! Dude! That was... I can't even be mad. The pawn checkmate. All right, so that basically sucked, but it was also quite elegant at the end.